So do you also want to generate the prompts within seconds? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to generate AI prompts using an AI agent and store them into Google Sheets. So like you, I also used to manually generate the prompts, but this is such a time consuming and a tedious task. So to solve this problem, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I add the use case and the category into my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the prompt, which I'm just going to further add back again into my Google Sheets. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and Google Sheets, and to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen, everyone. In this video I'll show you how to create a smart workflow that uses an AI agent to generate high quality prompts and store them back again into Google Sheets. So whether you're building chatbots, training AI modules, or creating content ideas, this automation helps you to brainstorm fresh and effective prompts at scale. So let's dive in and build your own AI prompt generator. So to do this, I've already created this automation, and first I'm just going to show you the proper working of this automation. For that, I'm just going to enter the topic and the category right over here, and within seconds and in real time the prompt will be generated and added right over here in my spreadsheet. We just have to wait for a few seconds and automatically the AI generated prompt will be added. So yes, you can see that within seconds and in real time the AI generated prompt has been generated and added right over here in my spreadsheet. So yes, this is no magic, this is the power of automation which we are just going to create in today's video. And if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to watch this tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm simply going to open a new tab and I'm just going to look for the landing page of Pabbly Connect simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And now it is opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we're just going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you're going to see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account, and now it is opening my dashboard. And to get started with the automation, I'm simply going to click on this button which says create workflow, and now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here on my dashboard you can see multiple folders which I've already created in which I save my workflows. So if you also want to create a new folder, you can go to this create new folder button and create your own. I've already created mine, so I'm just going to save my workflow in one of these only, which is automations, and now I'm just going to name my workflow as this: generate AI prompts using an AI agent and store them into Google Sheets. And then we're simply going to click on this button which says create, and once I'm just going to click on this create, it is going to open the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by a trigger. And that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of a trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, I'm simply going to select my trigger application, which is Google Sheets. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to simply select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're just going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and then I'm just going to open my spreadsheet. And now from here we have to go towards this extension add-ons, and then we have to go towards this get add-ons, and we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. You can see that I have already installed this extension right over here. If you haven't installed this, you can simply install it right from here, and once you install this you have to refresh your spreadsheet. So it is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet, otherwise you'll not be able to get the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And after getting this option, we simply have to go towards this Pabbly Pabbly Connect webhooks and then towards this initial setup. And now it is asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. So we're just going to simply paste the URL which we copied from our workflow right over here. I'm just going to paste that same URL and now I'm just going to move on forward. For the trigger column, I'm simply going to enter my trigger column, which is B. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. So for me, the trigger column is B, but for you, it will be according to your own spreadsheet. And now I'm just going to simply click on this button which says submit. And now it is saying setup configured successfully. And with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connects workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and over here I'm just going to do the test submission. But before doing the test submission, I'm just going to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here you're going to see the button of send on event. So you have to keep in mind that you always have to switch on this button which is send on event. It is a really important step. And after switching on this button, what is going to happen is that now whenever a new event is going to occur in this spreadsheet, automatically this workflow is going to get triggered. Alright, so now I'm just going to move on further. Now I'm just going to enter the input topic and the category right over here. And with this, we have successfully completed our test submission, and now these details have been sent towards my webhook URL. Over here, you're going to see the topic and the category, and with this, we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now I'm just going to move on towards my action step, which is OpenAI. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI and select it right over here. And now for the action event, I'm just going to simply select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account, you can go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to go towards this OpenAI API key page. And from here, you can simply generate your token. You can simply go towards this create new secret key, enter the key name, select the project, and your key will be generated. I've already connected my OpenAI account, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And now it is asking me to select the AI model, so I'm just going to simply select it as GPT-4. You can select any another of your choice. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt, so I'm simply going to enter my prompt right over here. So as you can see that I've successfully entered my prompt, and I'm just going to map the details in this prompt. I'm just going to simply enter this input topic and category one by one, but I'm not going to enter it manually or by copy pasting it, but instead I'm just going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only, and as soon as we are just going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. So I'm simply going to open the response and map one by one both of these details and click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And once I'm just going to click on this save and send test request, my AI agent is going to successfully give me a prompt. So yes, you can see that it has successfully given me the prompt which I can further use. And I'm just going to add this prompt into my Google Sheet. So I'm just going to add another action step. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. And now for the action event, I'm just going to select it as update cell value. So I'm just going to search for it and click on this connect. Now if you have already connected your Google Sheets, you can go towards this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me and click on add a new connection, and then you have to go towards this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once you're just going to click on this button, automatically Pabbly is going to ask you for the Gmail account with the help of which you're just going to connect your Google Sheets. And once you select the Gmail account, Pabbly is going to ask you for some permissions. So you can give Pabbly all the permissions because your data is secure with Pabbly, and click on allow. So yes, with that your account will be connected. I have already connected my Google Sheets account, so I'm simply going to go towards this select existing connection and then save. And once I'm just going to click on this save, with this we have successfully connected our Google Sheets. And now for the spreadsheet, I'm just going to select my spreadsheet which is AI prompt generator sheet, and then I'm just going to select the sheet, and now testing enter the range of the sheet that needs to be updated. So we're going to see the range which needs to be updated is C4. So I'm simply going to enter C4, but right now it is C4, but with every new response it is going to change. It will be 5, C6, C7, C8 and so on. But you must notice that the row is changing but the column is same. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to keep the column as static, but I'm just going to map the row index because the row is changing. And now I'm just going to move on further. Over here for the value, I'm just going to map the prompt which my AI agent generated and click on this save and send as request. And now we have successfully updated the spreadsheet. So I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and now we're going to see that we have successfully updated this sheet, and our prompt has been added in this sheet. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what is going to happen is that once I'm just going to enter the topic and the category right over here, automatically within seconds and in real time the AI generated prompt will be added right over here, which my team can further review and use. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because you don't have to come back and again to a workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend, and you have to just sit back and relax. Go try this amazing automation, and while trying, if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. See you in the next video with many more automation tips, everyone. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can connect many more applications. So now if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this URL. And now go try this amazing automation for your own business too, because right now we are offering a free trial of Pabbly Connect.